You got it?
Yeah!
Yeah!
All right, cool. Now we gotta set up the camera.
Hey, let me get your bag.
Yeah, pass me my. Yeah, let me pass me my bag. Let's see. No, it's just one thing. This. Yep, perfect. Right. Let's see. This is the beginning.
This is the beginning of the end. Oops, I forgot my headphones. Welcome back to Shang Wei's No Way podcast.
Oh, it's trippy listening.
Special guest, Arian Vulc.
Alright, let's see.
What's up, guys? My name is Arian. Do a quick little 10-minute podcast. I'll Shang some questions.
You can see it.
Alright. The camera's in here. Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh wait, where is it? I want them to see me do it, so I can demonstrate what it takes to suck on the big black meat.
You know what's funny? This is one time I was in the elevator after a preview, and, and I was just dancing by myself. And the doorman saw everything. And as soon as I got out, he's like, "Hey man, you like dancing?" He came out, he did a moonwalk with me. I'm like, "Yo, that's sick." All right.
I respect that doorman. Are you recording?
Yeah, everything's recording.
Okay.
All right, so I have not formatted this at all.
Wait, let's just start brainstorming first.
Okay, so you.
I think I should ask you some questions,
Mm-hmm.
and you can ask me some questions.
Okay, so
Keep it nice and short. It's the first episode, right?
yeah.
All right, so we gotta keep it nice, simple.
Mm-hmm. So my plan was right.
What was your plan?
You seen South Park, right?
Yeah.
You know the beginning where they have a disclaimer, all characters fiction, just don't watch this show. I want to do that.
Okay.
Right. Reason being, two reasons. One, you can say what the hell you want.
Yeah.
Secondly, I think legality speaking, it gets you away from saying fucked up shit.
Maybe.
Yeah. So we're telling people not to listen. If they do, that's on them if they hear some fucked up shit.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Gotta think a little bit.
Let's see. So definitely, okay. Let's just start.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Welcome to the first episode of Shang Wei or No Ways podcast. I have my guest, Arian.
How's everybody doing? My name is Arian. Thank you, Shang, for having me today.
Arian is one of the biggest hustlers I know. No, I'm serious. For your given age, you work your ass off to get to where you are right now.
Yeah. It's a game, bro. You gotta know how to play the game at the end of the day. Once you figure out what the game is and how to play it, it's all yours.
What got you interested in the game?
Honestly, it's about finding a niche. To be honest, you have to find me personally. I try to find something that I'm good at. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried everything. I've tried programming. I've tried construction. I've tried investing in stock. I've tried call options, puts. Almost everything you can think of a 21-year-old can do.
Yeah.
And it's tough because a lot of people, society has a very weird expectations for 21-year-olds. Especially the media, they think oh, you should be moving out, you should be well acquainted, you should have your own car, whatever. But my friend, I live in New York City. First of all, second of all, it's you just can't. That's why you have to find your niche, what you're good at, so that way you can develop it and become a pro at it. And for me personally, I think it's I'm going for my CPA, and a lot of people like to make fun of the CPA profession just because a lot of people think that you're working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, which is not true. It's only for 2-3 months, busy season they call it. It's from February to max late March.
That's when people file your taxes.
April, yeah. As well as companies submitting their financial statements.
Mm-hmm.
and it just has a very bad reputation. In my opinion, a lot of people say, "Oh, just go to finance," or "Oh, just become a banker instead." Nah, you know how good it would be for somebody to say, "Hey, I have some problems with let's say you I think of an example, but let's just say you got audited, right? You have an LLC, you got audited, and you owe thousands of dollars because another account screwed up your work. If somebody comes to me and says, "Arian, I want you to look at this," that makes me feel good. It's just a good feeling to have a CPA license, and that's like the main reason why I'm going for it. Honestly, is the respect. I want to change the profession as well. Honestly, I don't want people to think like it's negative.
You're helping people.
I just want to like realistically speaking, I'd probably open my own firm.
You
once
will.
like once I'm really confident, once I just know like, okay, this is what I want to do. I have enough money to do it. Let's take the risk. And I know that it'll happen one day. But right now, I'm just trying to make my name in public accounting.
No. You know, not a lot of people talk about the idea of you being in your 20s. You're not supposed to know what you're doing, right? Because firstly, I moved out when I was 19, right? I dropped out of college. I moved out. My first apartment, I was living in a 3-bedroom, 1-bath in Sunset Park with 11 roommates. It fucking sucked. Excuse my Chinese.
Imagine splitting the rent and that.
Oh yeah, I paid $600 a month, all utilities included. Rent was pretty much dirt cheap, and for New York standards, that's dirt cheap. For New York standards, that's fucking dirt cheap. For the rest of the world, you could probably get a decent studio or one bed.
Yeah, you can get a nice studio in like bumfuck South Carolina, around that area, or Texas area. Everyone always says, "Oh, go to Texas, you can get all this for dirt cheap."
No, but
you know,
I always have this argument with people because before this I was in the real estate game, right?
Right.
And I meet people from all over the world. The reason why New York City real estate is extremely expensive is you pay for the opportunity cost, right? Statistically speaking, 1 in 25 people live below the poverty line, but 1 in 10 people make at least 7 figures. Especially within the island of Manhattan, if you talk to anybody like how they make their money, it's always one of two things, right? A, they work like 4 or 5 jobs,
Yeah.
or B, they're a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Either way, you have that hustler mentality. Like there are moments where I have conversations with taxi drivers, and they would teach me more about real estate.
Those are the best, honestly. It'd be 3 a.m. You have a good night out. Mm-hmm. You can have a good conversation with them.
I was talking to this one guy. He's from the Bronx. He bought a one family for $200,000 back in the 80s. When I spoke to him, which was about I think almost half a year ago, it's worth almost $1 million.
Really?
His medallion in itself is worth about $100K minimum. So he himself, technically speaking, is a millionaire by net worth. Right?
What?
You don't know the amount of people that walk by that just are fucking built of wealth. I promise you, when you're working from New York City, coming home, you probably walk past a billionaire at some point in your life, and you would never know. But if you just have that one moment to talk to them, you learn so much from a simple conversation. You won't get that anywhere in the world.
Yeah, everyone has a different story of how they came up, and it's always interesting to see. Like, it would be the most unexpected person that you wouldn't think like would be like this billionaire or multimillionaire. It's always unexpected people. It's always people who wear like the outfit I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
No shame in that whatsoever.
No, it's actually better that way.
I honestly, it is better that way. But it's just like you said, talking to them is key.
True wealth, there's no need to flex.
No.
When the people who buy designer outfits with like a big Gucci logo or big logo,
Louis Vuitton scarf or whatever,
they're usually one of two people. They're either A, middle class, low class people who are trying to present a false sense of wealth in a superficial matter, or B, people who actually got the money but are so insecure about themselves that they have to show that they have wealth.
Right.
Right? Either way, it's not a good thing to look at. Personally, if it was me, I'd rather have a plain shirt, but that fits really well. It's super comfortable.
Right.
And I don't mind if it costs like $10K. But if it makes me feel good and it fits super well, I don't need anyone else to know I got it.
Right. Dude, like when you can make an argument that it's the lower class people who are trying to get all the designer shirt. Like they cater to the lower class individuals just because like, oh, if you buy us Gucci or Louis Vuitton or Montclair or whatever, right? Like then people would think, oh, you have money. It's honestly it's like usually quite the opposite actually. Everyone I talk to who has like all this designer stuff in New York City especially, they're all like broke.
Yeah.
And like living paycheck to paycheck, or they have like no backup plan if like they get fired from their job or whatever, for example, or just nothing. They just that's all they live for.
No, exactly. I grew up in Brownsville. For those who don't know, Brownsville is the hood of Brooklyn. I think it's the second most ghetto place, right before the Bronx. So we're not number one yet, but we'll get there.
In the boroughs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
No, besides the Bronx is fucking ghetto. When I was growing up, the way it was gunshots, ambulances every single fucking night. When I first moved there, I was 8 years old. The first couple months, it took me hard to readjust, but eventually I got used to it. I didn't realize I could normalize to the hood when I went to university in Buffalo. It was too damn quiet. Strangely enough, I missed the gunshots.
Really?
But that's not the point I'm making. I'm a very social person. I like talking to people. Right? That's why whatever I do, I'm going to be great at. There are moments where I am, getting a bacon and cheese in the morning, and I'm paying for my food. I see the guy next to me, right? Nicest Jordans. The freshest Jordan 11, Bread 11s, super clean, super sick. I look at him, I'm like, damn, I always wanted Jordan 11s. I'm only going to get it when I make it. But he was paying for his food with EBT card.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
And when I talk to him about it, I'm like...
Oh, you talk to him about it?
Of course, it bothers me, right? Because most of my money went to food.
Right.
Right? I was pissed. Like, we were poor back then.
Right.
Right? We were piss poor. But I asked him, hey, look, why do you have the nicest shoes? Super nice shoes, but we're still using an EBT card.
Mm-hmm. What do you say?
He's like, you gotta look fresh.
You gotta look fresh.
And you know what's funny? Whenever I would walk on the streets, I would see him on the streets drinking. Wednesday, 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm getting ready to I'm going on my way to work on a job site. Mm-hmm. And they're just drinking, smoking pot. You see, the mindset of people who live in the hood, that's the most detrimental part. Yeah, the stabbings, yeah, people rob you. But I'll be frank, if you know how to watch yourself, you can genuinely avoid those things. It's New York City. It's going to happen. People pulled knives on me in Manhattan. People have been robbing me in Brooklyn.
It happens everywhere.
Yeah, it's normal.
You can't escape it. You just have to know how to avoid it.
But it's the mentality.
That too.
You see people on I think it was I forgot when, like somewhere second week of the month, when all the unemployment checks come.
Oh, I remember that. Oh my God. Forget about it.
This is before COVID. Before like COVID became a high thing. Everybody was fucking like on the streets drinking, smoking. And the thing is, like, they weren't like old people. They weren't people who weren't capable of working.
Right.
The nice thing about Brownsville is that East New York is right the neighborhood next door. It's a heavily industrialized neighborhood. That's where I spend most of my time. I was an iron worker over there. I pretty much work. When I wasn't in school, I was pretty much working.
This guy, fellas, he's done every single job you can think of.
Yeah. When I was 14 years old, I was working 3 jobs.
14 years old, what were you doing?
So, this was freshman year of high school.
Right. Me and you were freshmen. What were you doing 14 years old?
So, 14 years old, weekdays, I got a second semester of high school, second semester freshman year. Weekdays, I will work as a tutor for third graders. On Saturdays, I would work construction, and Sundays I had an intern with an accounting firm in Chinatown.
Yeah, you had an internship at accounting firm in Chinatown.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah, bro.
14 years old, ladies and gentlemen. 14 years old, guys.
But it's just the way I am. Like I come from a super immigrant family. The work ethic from where I come from is extremely high. Everybody works like I see my father growing up. He'll work fucking like he'll wake up at 6. He wouldn't come back sometimes to midnight. He would do hard manual labor. Like the shit. Like I worked with him. As of right now, when I was working with him, he was in his late 50s, and I was like a 15, 16, a teenager.
Mm.
He was, and this man is short, 5 foot tall, like 5 foot something, 140 pounds. And this guy can move fucking weight. He and I were deadlifting I-beams together. But the nice thing about that is it builds work ethic, right? I would say one thing: if I were to redo everything, I'll probably have more of a social life in high school.
You didn't think it was enough?
Honestly, it really detrimented my social skills.
Really?
Yeah, I honestly only the past 2 years when I moved out and started working on real estate, I've been working on my social skills.
Mm.
Everything like that I've done is just me like not giving a shit. I never think about any social interaction.
Never think about it?
Nope. I just do I just do what the first thing comes to mind.
You know, honestly, I'm the same way, especially with you. Shang will tell you this, how we act on streets. Some people will say it's immature. I think it's just me being who I am.
I think it's fun.
It's funny. Just do whatever you want, honestly.
Hey man, I'm 50 years old. I was still mowing the streets.
Absolutely, dude. I saw Shang today. I screamed at the top of my lungs. I'm like, Shang! Like I'm just screaming, like I want his attention, you know.
And Shang goes, "Yer."
He's like, "Yer." And I'm like, yeah, that's Shang, all right.
You know what it is? Everybody wants to do that. This is what I realized. Everybody has that like urge to like be loud and be just like do whatever they want.
Be social, like do whatever you want.
Yeah, but they don't just have the confidence to. People care so much about what other people think. It actually inhibits them back.
They never step out of their comfort zone.
That's why they never grow.
Exactly.
I've had moments where I'm having a conversation with someone, and I thought we were being open. Like she was a lesbian. I'm a straight male. We're talking about women.
Okay.
Right? And there are times where, you get a little explicit. Right? And
at times, yeah.
You get a little explicit. I assume that we can. At one point she's like, "I'm classy. Don't talk to me about that stuff." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I won't." And then whenever we would go out, she would tell me like, "Shang, don't act like you. I want you to be mature."
Don't act like you? What kind of statement is that?
It's just insecurity, bro.
What, she's just afraid to be with you or something like that? Like
No, honestly, she loves my personality.
Oh.
She loves my personality. She loves my work ethic. But she cares so much about the image that the way other people portray her.
Yeah.
That hinders her from living life. I know for a fact if she just stops caring about what other people think, she can go so much farther in this life.
I think she'd just be a happier person in general.
Yeah.
If she just like let it go.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have to realize that, like, if you just let go of what society norms are for men, women, whatnot, and what I guess like this expectations
From
what
whom?
it means to be what a man should do, what a woman should do, what a man can't do, what a woman can do. Once you let that go, it's like the world's open, dude.
I think it's also a matter of perspective.
What?
It's like, for example, you and I, right? We, like, around you, like, when I'm around you, I don't care. Like, I know I can be myself fully, and you be yourself fully, and we just have a good time.
Yeah, because me and you are the same. It's like looking at a mirror.
Pretty much, yeah. We both understand that my philosophy is if you work hard, you play hard.
Yeah.
Play harder, work harder, play harder.
Absolutely.
Right. What's the point of working so hard, making so much money if you can't enjoy it?
Exactly.
Life just becomes a meaningless rat's race.
I also feel like it's about who you surround yourself with. You can't just like I hate being around people who are always negative or who always just have something to complain about. Like for me, it's like there's always something good about life.
Yeah.
You can't just look at it as if like, oh, I hate this, so I'm gonna take it out on other people. If you build yourself, first you have to build yourself, and then you have to get other people who will make you a better person.
Do you believe in the law of attraction?
What's that? The law of attraction?
Law of attraction.
Explain.
It's the idea that you attract things, you don't chase things.
Oh, yeah.
For example, success. You don't chase success, you attract it. You become a success instead of you get success.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. I agree with that.
What I realized in this matrix is that people naturally are attracted to happiness. If people see that you're happy and confident, it's naturally charming.
Oh, yeah.
Like sometimes I don't even try to be charming, it just happens. And I ask them like, I'm being an asshole right now, as a joke.
Yeah.
Why are you still with me? He's like, dude, you're just so fun to hang around with. Like you give me confidence, you make me happy, you make me smile.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all you need in life. Like there are times where I work a long day, I come home, I just fucking and 3 in the morning I bike. I bike one time I couldn't sleep. I bike all the way to Soho on a Friday night. Everybody was coming out from the bars and everything, and I was just having a burger on the street.
See Shangwei getting a meal.
Yeah.
On his bike.
Actually, shirtless, outside public,
Oh, yeah.
eating a burger.
Two guys.
Oh yeah, I have to be shirtless. Fucking, it's hot.
Yeah, absolutely. New York City summers are. Forget about it.
And also, I mean, I look good without a shirt.
You look good, and you know you look good.
Damn
You
straight.
got the confidence.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't say that.
Oh yeah. People say you're cocky or you're arrogant. At first, that can get into your head, but I think the hardest thing I had to learn is that it's pride. I had my first broker. First broker I worked with in real estate. He was an interesting fella. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say the company that it is. But let's just say I'm a talented kid. Right. I closed my first client. The very first client I took out, I closed her on the same week.
Same week.
Same week I closed that client.
Unbelievable.
And I was like super fucking happy.
Yeah.
Right. I for like the past 2 months I got nothing.
Yeah,
I never
of
took out a
course.
client before. I was just trying to generate leads. Nothing.
Yeah,
Right.
Dude, a week? That's
Yeah.
unbelievable, Shang.
I mean, in New York, it's actually kind of standard now that I look back at it.
Nah,
But
that's your first.
first time,
This is your first
closed.
time, bro.
I was so happy. I was dancing on Wall Street. I swear to God,
Were you shirtless?
I wish I was, bro. Like there were moments where I would walk by like Del Toro on fucking Madison. Not Madison. What's it? Madison Lane. I think it's Madison. Maiden Lane. On Maiden Lane,
Okay.
I see a Del Toro. I make eye contact with this woman. While I'm dancing, I just point at her and she just starts dancing with me. Like
that's
that
the best.
energy, people are just naturally attracted to, right? But then when you're around the wrong people, they will suck the shit out of that energy.
Oh, yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
when I came up to him, like this was in the midst while I was closing the deal, right?
Okay.
It's pretty much a done deal. She was a French model. She was a African model from France. We vibed on racism. We talked about racism.
Really?
I'll be frank, like she's black, I'm Chinese. She talked about racism in France, I talk about racism in New York. And that's how like we got the connection. But honestly, like I was just having a good time. I wasn't even like trying to like I didn't even think about it. I was like trying to like, oh, we need to find common ground so we can make a connection. I'm like, no, it's just having a conversation.
Just two people having a nice conversation.
Exactly. Honestly, that's actually how you make clients.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you make people. But the funny thing is, she puts down an application. I'm excited. My first client puts down an application, right? And she really wants it, like, everything's going well so far. I'm super happy. I'm talking to my broker. My broker looks me dead in the fucking eye. This man has 2 decades on me and a lot more experience than I do.
Okay.
He's like, why the fuck are you celebrating? The deal's not done yet. You don't know what you're doing. Why are you so arrogant? Why are you so cocky? And he went on to say one thing that really got me. Remember, I'm 19 years old, fresh dropout,
Yeah. You
And-
better make your first deal.
first salesman job, first commission job.
Yeah.
That got me. He said, without me, You can never close any deal. You're nothing. That destroyed my confidence, bro.
Terrible.
Beforehand, I was I'll be frank, it took me a long time to build back my confidence.
Over that unnecessary kind of negativity.
The funny thing is,
Just because he saw somebody else have a little bit of success, he thought it'd be a good idea too.
what I realized about
Shoot
the
it down.
real estate game, it's cutthroat, right? That's a given. It's cutthroat. It's competitive. You work long hours, right? I pretty much worked 60 to 80 hours at that time while I'm in my real estate career. Especially when you're new in the game, you won't see your return on investment immediately, right? Frankly, it takes 3 years before you see some kind of return, right? At one point, I didn't close any deals for 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah. I had some savings back. The money that I was going to use for college, I saved it. I was using that to pay rent. At one point, I went on a date with this beautiful woman. I was trying to pay for dinner, and my credit card declined.
Oh, that's the worst. Having a card decline from your date.
I still closed the date, but that's besides the point. But that moment made me realize that it's not working. And then the next day I asked him, hey, look, man, my bank, I'm literally out of money. You gotta give me something, like a different strategy. Like, give me some of your clients, give me one of your listings, something so I can survive. You know what he told me?
What do you say?
Do the same thing I taught you day one. At that moment, everything clicked for me. I'm like, okay, you're not helping me. All you care about is the bottom line.
Yeah, he wasn't a good mentor, huh?
I'll be frank. He was the type of guy, but he's not unusual.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm realizing. Most of these low to mid-level brokers, they only care about the bottom line. I haven't been to a nice brokerage yet, but from what I've been to, these corporations, they only care about you making the money. If you're not making the money, they will not help you. If you're not kissing ass, they will not help you. I'm not a person to kiss ass.
Neither am I. I literally quit my other job because I got yelled at for misinterpreting a work paper.
Really?
Yeah. And I said, look, it was a long story, basically. I'm not going to say who the company is, but I was given some work paper. I had to figure out, basically, are we going to, trying to think on top of my head, something was wrong with the work paper that was done wrong last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't catch that. And it was like some revenue test. And I don't know, mistakes happen. And basically, I was getting very, disrespected by the staff. And I just didn't appreciate that. And I was just like, screw this. I found another internship, and I started there recently. I'm not taking any kind of, disrespect for no reason.
Don't. Never.
It's one thing where I screw up, right? It's not, and I'll be like, hey, whatever. Hey, you made a mistake.
You're human.
Can you, fix it? I'll be like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's my fault. It's another thing when, I'm just getting, yelled at or just, what's it called? When people,
Getting harassed.
Yeah, that's the word, harassed.
Harass is a good word.
And I just don't like being around that. That's not a work environment I like. But would you go through all that again to realize, this is, no joke?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'll be frank. Without those struggles, without those moments of weakness, without those moments of me not knowing what I'm doing and me just building myself from the ground up, I would not be the man I am today. I would never take back growing up in the hood. I would never take back having toxic people in my life. Mm-hmm. Because, yes, even though those moments were shitty, even though those moments I wanted to stab myself in the throat so many damn times every single damn day, those moments made me the man who I am today. A man who's never been into a fight before could never win a fight. And you have to understand, I think for those moments where you're in your when you're deepest darkness, the worst moments of your life, You have a choice. Either lie down and take it like a bitch. Excuse my Chinese. Or you're going to get up, grab life by the fucking balls, and you got to take control.
Yeah.
People are so easy to blame others for what other people do. We can't control that. We cannot control how the world operates. We can only control what we do, how we respond, how we react.
You can only control how you play the game.
Exactly. Oh, wait.
No.
I forgot to do my disclaimer. So, yeah.
You can edit it out.
No, I'm just going to do it right now,
All right.
if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for
So, this podcast is... How do I say this? This podcast should not be listened to. We are going to speak on some very real stuff. And there are going to be times where some people might get offended, and we are not going to be politically correct. So I advise you all not to listen to this. I should write this down beforehand.
It's fine. Disclaimer: if you get feelings hurt easily, please don't watch us.
Yeah, please just close everything. Delete the files.
It's our opinions. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
who cares?
Oh, that is another thing. We live in a world where freedom of speech is getting to the point where it's so accessible, but people are so politically correct that it's hard to talk to people.
Yeah, you see, I was talking to Shang about this before. I bet everybody in the room would know who Andrew Tate is.
Oh, yes.
We were talking about it before, and how I think it's just like society's dumb because of like we're focusing more on this, on a millionaire, who made some claims that you disagree with, when there should be other things we should be talking about, not just that. That's just how I view it.
Honestly, I think people are too concerned with others. Yeah. It's probably I blame social media and the Kardashians.
Did you know that? You know they have a show.
They should not be famous. They should not be famous. Why is one of them is famous for releasing a porno?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
What? Let me rephrase that. 2 pornos. She did release a sequel.
No, 2?
Yeah, one with
I didn't know that.
one with Kanye.
Yeah.
I forgot who the one before Kanye was.
There's one before?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I jerked off to that.
Disclaimer.
Yes, Kim Kardashian is beautiful.
Link down below. No, you're right, Shang. It's they have like 16, 17 seasons.
Jesus fucking Christ, I did not know that.
Of just like their daily lives or whatever. Like what?
I have a theory on why people.
Sorry, I'm a hater. Sorry, Shane.
Don't be sorry. I'm also a hater. I never even watched a single episode.
Me neither, but it's 16 seasons, bro.
Hey man, that's money. They're smart. They play the game.
They did play.
They play the game to the best of their
Game
advantage.
well. That's why I think it's just social media is stupid. Society's dumb.
I think social media is a double-edged sword. It's stupid if you're a consumer. It's smart if you use it for marketing. For example, TikTok.
Okay.
Instagram videos, YouTube videos, even Facebook videos. These are very addicting things.
Oh yeah, I can catch myself watching like TikToks like at 2 a.m. sometimes.
And when you blink an eye, it's like 2 hours past.
Exactly.
You wouldn't even know.
Nope.
Because it's designed for your attention.
Yeah.
That's how they design it. Social network. Facebook originally had great intentions to connect people all over the world. But when you realize there's more social engineers than software engineers, there's a problem with Facebook. It's not made for connecting people anymore. It's made by psychiatrists trying to suck your attention.
Yeah.
Because another valuable currency that people don't realize is your attention. Your attention is one of the most valuable things that you can have besides your time. Think about this. Think about it like this. If you give your attention to someone else and not to yourself, you lose that part of you, right? Let's say that 2 hours you spend on TikTok and 3 in the morning. Let's say you go for a run. That's so much more productive,
Oh yeah.
and you feel so much more better. But the attention that you had, it went to TikTok, and I'm not saying I don't have the same problem.
Yeah. I'm guilty of it, like a lot actually.
Look, I was on the bus today, going to the gym. I looked around. I didn't have my no music on, no distraction. I was, excuse me, in the present moment, and every single kid was on their phone scrolling through TikTok.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was
Bad.
scary. It became to the point where the kid's right next to me, and everybody's trying to. It's a crowded bus. Everybody's trying to get off. He's like leaning against me. He's like pushing around, and he doesn't even know what's going on around him. He's so sucked in to that app that he's just in. It's like a matrix within a matrix.
Yeah, Matrix in the Matrix. I like that.
Dude. But think about it this way. On the inverse scale, let's say you're the production, right? The thing I respect about Andrew Tate is that he figured out the marketing game for Gen Zers.
He's all over Instagram Reels, YouTube Reels,
Everywhere.
TikToks.
You say
Until he
his
got banned.
you say his name
Twitter.
in any YouTube video, bare minimum 2 million views. Just even mentioning his name.
Dude, he got every single like huge like social media influencer. It's their attention. Like that dude Logan Paul was like, yeah, I hate this guy, whatever. Let's have a fight or whatever, right? Or was it that his butt? I'm not sure, but he got like their attention, dude. Like everyone knows them as well.
It's the same strategy that Logan Paul used back in I think 2016 when he and Rice were having a feud. If you remember that.
Oh yeah.
Right, that's the game they played. Like I remember, I was actually watching his music video where like England is my city.
I haven't
right.
That. Oh my
God. He said one line that really struck with me. He's like, you mentioned my name, you pay rent this month. You mention his name, you get the number of views, you get the money. That's how marketing works. It's all about attention. Traditional advertising doesn't work. You put up a billboard, you might get 10 calls in a month.
Who gets out? Who puts? Have you ever seen a billboard recently? When's the last time you seen a billboard?
They do exist outside of New York.
They do. We live in New York City, my friend. You're not gonna see one in maybe Staten Island.
Oh yeah, you outside of the super urban cities, you will see billboards.
Yeah. But not here, my friend. Not in Brooklyn, New York.
No, never.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
No, it makes you think. Like, okay, so what I figured out about the new age of marketing is you have to pump volume within the short video algorithms. It's all about learning the algorithms. Let's say you want to be an accountant, right?
Yeah.
If you type it on Google, the best accountant in New York City, if your name is not within the first page, chances are you won't be successful.
No.
And honestly, that's not even a measure of how good you are as an accountant or as a CPA.
Mm.
That's a measure of how well you know the algorithm Google.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're just going to have to learn the algorithms and play by the algorithm's rules.
Oh yeah. A lot of people, like especially on TikTok, they get banned, or shadow banned, I should say, because they don't understand like how algorithm works, what people want to see essentially. And you know why do when Andrew Tate wasn't banned, he was on every single like if when I was on TikTok, all I see was like his like podcasts,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, what the hell? What's going on here?
I'll be frank. That's what I'm going to do for my podcast.
You what?
That's what I'm going to do for my podcast. Snippets I find like the most intriguing, engaging.
It's smart.
Yeah.
Like they would take out like clips of like something like super controversial that he would say, and just post it. And like, people would be like, "What?
That's what sells, bro.
What? Excuse me?
That's what sells.
What-
People
what
are
is this?
fucking sheep. Everybody likes to follow the
Huh?
social norm. You have that black sheep. That black sheep gets all the attention. Let's say I'm the only Chinaman in New York City. I will get a lot of fucking attention. There was a black guy. There was a black samurai in history. And honestly,
Black Samurai.
there was a black samurai. That's what the Japanese thought at the time too. They were looking at him fast and like, oh my god. They would try to wash his skin. It's like, does this come off? No, it's just my melanin.
Ah, that's
But
funny. But no.
that's what controversy is. It's just striving from the norm. Be weird. Be different. That's what makes people awesome.
That's the reason why me and you hang out sometimes a lot.
Oh yeah, there's 8 billion people in the world. This is why I believe 8 billion people in the world. Are you gonna like all of them?
No,
So why the fuck should they all like you?
exactly.
Let's say you like 10% of them. That's still 80.
It's still like,
80 million,
yeah.
right? Am I mathing? You're the accountant.
I think it's. Hey, we have calculators. No, I think it's 80 million.
8 million? Yeah, it's 8 million people in the world. You know what the human capacity is? You know how many relationships you can maintain as one person?
Dude, I can barely maintain 2 or 3 at times. You think I'm gonna maintain more than 10? Absolutely not.
Yeah, but 75. You can have a proper relationship with 75 people at any given time before any of those relationships deteriorate.
Yeah.
So why would you give a shit about what anybody thinks about you? And frankly, when I came to that realization, that's when people started thinking I was drunk when I'm sober. Because I just attained this level of confidence that I just stopped giving a shit about what anybody thinks of me. I just do what I want. Because I don't want to be in a position in my life where I'm on my deathbed and I regret something because I didn't do it. That's honestly my biggest fear. Dying with regret.
Yeah. That's why. Moral of the story, guys. Just live life.
Yeah, live life.
Who cares? Moan in the streets.
Moan in the streets. We need more people going, can I get a... Oh, yeah! We need more people doing that.
Moral of the story, guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah! More.
Be yourself. Who cares? Say whatever you want. Make a like who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
it's all for fun, anyways.
Yeah, we're gonna die someday. Doesn't matter how much money you make, how many partners you have, what you do, what your profession is.
Nah.
You're gonna die. You can't take none of that with you.
Yeah.
And over maybe a course of 3 generations, your name will be forgotten. Unless you're Adolf Hitler or Albert Einstein, your name's gonna be forgotten.
For me, it's like I don't think it's about that. It's about if you had a good, happy life that you were satisfied with. That's important.
You don't care about the legacy.
Nah. Legacy is one thing. I care about if I had a good life.
I respect that. I'm a little more superficial. I care about the legacy.
Yeah. No, I respect that as well. But like, it's just my opinion. Like, I don't really care, like, what kind of legacy I would leave.
That's perfect.
If I'm happy with my life, if I no regrets, nothing, if I can be myself, I'm good.
Yeah, that's how you should live life. But I also want people to think about Shang Wei or No Way after I die.
No way. Yes, sir. All
right. Gotcha. All right, so I think that's all the time we have today.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my first episode. Thank you for coming.
No problem, Shank. Maybe I can come by next episode as well. I wouldn't
Definitely
mind
more.
it.
Next episode, I'm doing with Pat on
Oh, yeah?
February 1st, if you want to come.
If I have the time, I'll be there.
February 1st? I haven't scheduled a time yet, but that's the plan for the next one.
Let me know. Maybe I can swing by.
Yeah, definitely. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for listening.
Thank you for coming by. Disclaimer once again.
Like, unsubscribe, leave a comment.
Dislike the video. That's okay too.
Honestly, dislike more.
Helps the algorithm, honestly.
Yeah. You know what's weird? They removed the dislike button from YouTube. I hate that. Why?
I don't know, Shank. But all right.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching. Have a beautiful night. Sleep well. Eat well.
Mowing in the streets.
Say chupapi muñeño. And yeah.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.